For more on this, let's bring in the former ambassador at large and counterterrorism coordinator under President Trump's first term, Nathan Sales. Mr. Ambassador, thank you for joining us today.
Great to be here.
So everyone controls the strait, apparently. It seems like we're going in circles here. What is the state of play here, and how does the administration break out of it?
Yeah, war is a test of will. But diplomacy is also a test of wills. And right now, what we're seeing is both sides digging in their heels and refusing to budge. Long term, I think the United States has a strategic advantage here because we have the ability to crush Iran's economy. We're imposing a blockade, we're imposing sanctions, and this is costing Iran an estimated $435 million a day. And that starts to add up with an economy that's already fragile. Now, Iran knows this, and what they're trying to do is weaponize the strait in a similar way and impose pain on the United States and our Gulf partners and the rest of the world. And the question is, who's going to blink first? Who has a higher threshold for economic pain? I think it's the United States. I think our economy is much more resilient and durable, and the Iranians are really grasping at straws here. But ultimately, war and diplomacy alike, who is going to be able to impose their will on the adversary?
During President Trump's first term, you were at state, I was covering state. It was the time of maximum pressure where the U.S. was putting maximum diplomatic sanctions pressure against Iran. This is a regime that appears on the surface to have very little concern for the well-being of its citizens, let's say. How difficult is it to compel the Iranian regime to actually change its behavior? It seems like this is something the U.S. has been at for years.
So we don't want our sanctions to impose pain on the innocent Iranian people because they've been suffering under this regime for 47 years. They are our friends. They are our natural allies. We have a shared interest in the regime having less power, less influence. Now, how do you impose pain on the regime? What you do is you target the IRGC. The Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps is not just the shock troops of the Islamic Revolution. They also run the economy. They have so penetrated the Iranian economy. There's front companies, there's banks, there's construction companies, infrastructure. When you impose sanctions on what seems like the legitimate Iranian economy, you're actually hurting the power behind the throne, the shock troops of the Iranian Revolution. So keep up the pressure, not just on the regime as such, but on the pressure points within the regime that are responsible for maintaining the grip on power. That's the IRGC, that's the Basij militia, and other instruments of repression.
How difficult is it for those at Treasury and State to keep up with how the IRGC transforms itself and how it tries to evade American sanctions and that underground economy that it has developed and profited on as a result of these sanctions?
Yeah, it's a great question. And our sanctions targeters are the best in the business. They have information from open source. They have other kinds of information that they use to identify underneath the surface what are the moving pieces that are evolving and changing in order for the Iranians to sustain their campaign of sanctions evasion. It's a game of whack-a-mole. We've got a really big hammer. That's the good news. But we have to constantly be vigilant to identify those evolutions to keep the pressure up.
And, you know, part of this game, or not game, it's a war of making sure that one side outlasts the other. There is concern of reporting that the U.S. weapon stockpiles, particularly Reaper drones, I think the Washington Post said the military has lost roughly 25% of its Reaper drones. How much of a vulnerability is that for the U.S.?
It's a big problem, and this is a wake-up call. It's like the third or fourth wake-up call about the state of the U.S. defense industrial base. We clearly need to be doing a better job. We need to innovate our way out of this problem. We need to put more resources. Congress needs to appropriate more money for airplanes, for other platforms, for munitions, because it's not just about Iran. It's about China and Russia, because those adversaries are watching. Are we able to sustain a fight? And that's how you avoid a fight, is to demonstrate convincingly to your enemies like Russia, like China, that we have an overwhelming military advantage over them. If our defense industrial base can't keep up, the Russians are going to test us and the Chinese are going to test us.
Okay. Ambassador Nathan Sales, thanks for joining us.
Great to see you, Rich.
Appreciate it.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.